Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps, man? There is a lot happening right at the moment. So what are we talking about? The Federal Reserves are meeting today and tomorrow, trying to figure out how to bail out China? What the hell? Yeah, that could be what they're talking about. I'll let you know why here in just a moment. We're going to be talking about China's Evergrande and what happened to the gold and silver market and what these people did that affected the market. But before we get into that, just a reminder, guys, and trust me, right now is a good dang time to be getting into gold and silver. Hey, folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. So head on over there to Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. And right now is a wonderful time to be going buying gold and silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you guys know I have this alternative website. It's important that I have it because there's videos on there that I cannot post over here. So I encourage you guys to go check it out. So what the heck is going on with Evergrande, huh? They're one of the, if not the largest property developers over there in China. Now, keep in mind that China is already in a financial crisis. They don't have a lot of money. As a matter of fact, they're on the verge of bankruptcy. And so Evergrande needs some bailing out. The problem is they can't get bailed out by the government. You see, unlike here in the United States, when we just go to Federal Reserve and they can pump out unlimited amount of money, China's central bank is not the same kind of central bank as the ones we have to deal with. I'm talking about Rockefeller-style central banks. No, the Communist Party controls their central bank over there. So this can't print out money willy-nilly. Their yuan is losing a lot of value. Here's where China is going to benefit from good old United States. We're going to bail them out. You want to know why? You know how many rich billionaires have been investing? I'm talking about United States rich billionaires and millionaires. And hedge fund managers have been dumping a crap load of money and investing into China. So when they see that they're about to lose all their money, and I'm talking about a large portion of their money, what do you think they do? They run to our government and go, hey, fix this. Make the taxpayers bail these people out so that we don't lose our billions. Yep, that's what's happening. So what we saw yesterday in the market with the numbers going down, you want to know why? Because these were all the stocks that were facing liquidity issues. So the market was starting to go down as a result of what was going on over there in China. It's because guess what China's having to do? Oh, yeah. They're having to sell their gold and silver for liquidity purposes, including bonds and treasuries. The Federal Reserve is meeting today and tomorrow on how they could bail out China. You as American citizens should be beyond pissed. We're over here suffering because they won't open up our economy and we are hurting for money, and yet they're going to bail out, I bet you, they're going to bail out China on account of all these rich a-holes are crying to our Federal Reserve and our government to help them get bailed out so they don't lose a lot of their money. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. If Evergrande collapses, it's going to cause stock crashes everywhere. You're going to see a liquidity issue, and people are going to be forced to sell their assets. This is our opportunity to really start buying and removing off the market a lot of physical gold and silver. They're trying to get liquid. They sold treasuries, they sold bonds. You're seeing the yields move. This is bad news for our economy over here. This will cause the markets to crash. It's a good thing you're holding on to your gold and silver. I told you guys, stop watching the spot prices, the spot market prices. That's nothing. It's nothing. That's not realistic. As a result of what's going on over there, oh yeah, this is interesting. So they're going to manipulate the market to give us the impression that everything is okay. Hey, look, hey, everything's good, you guys. Don't worry about what's going on over there. Everything is A-okay. No, it's not. It's not at all. Other companies are having to find a way to get liquid. They are selling their assets as well. China's about to collapse. People are rising up against them as you hear this video. There is civil unrest. And just like our politicians, their political party, the CCP, is more concerned about how to stay into power instead of fixing the economy. That's what we're dealing with here with our politicians. This is, if not, I can't think of any other time, one of the best times to buy gold and silver. It really is. If you've not moved over your IRAs and your 401ks, you're going to lose your butt off. Because if that thing crashes, if something happens and we can't bail them out, which is most likely we're going to print out a bunch of money, but just in case, to be on the safe side, if we can't, that's going to start a chain reaction that's felt everywhere. And it isn't just going to be their market. It's going to be markets everywhere. There's a housing bubble issue right now, and it's huge. And I mean really big, not just in China, but also in Australia and here in the United States. Yep. Right now, it's probably a good time to sell because you're not going to probably get this kind of money for your house ever again. Sell it, invest it into gold and silver. Don't dare put it in the bank. Don't put it in risky assets. Hang tight. Wait for the market to crash. Let it rebound after a couple months, and then turn around and buy your house back for probably like 40-50% of what you actually sold it for. Yes, houses are going to be upside down. People are just going to bail on their houses. Banks are going to turn around with a bunch of foreclosures. People are just going to abandon the houses way under once the market does its correction after getting out of the bubble. So a house that you might wanted to buy for, let's say, I don't know, $200,000, you might be able to get for, who knows, $70,000, $80,000 now. All right? It's going to happen. Hang tight. I've been warning about this. But this thing over here is terrible. Precious gold firms on Evergrande risk. Pre-Fed jitters cap gains. So the U.S. Federal Reserve Open Market Committee meets September 21st, today, and the 22nd. Silver, platinum hit lowest since November 2020. Dollar at highest in a month. Updates prices. What the hell is a high off of? They're trying to convince us, they really are, that retail sales are going up. That's what they're trying to convince us of. They're just manipulating the markets. They're trying to keep people from panicking and going out of risky stocks and getting into safe havens. That's exactly what they're doing. It's a ruse. It's fake, you guys. Get your butt out of risky stuff. You know what? My brother's over there on cryptos. Be careful. That's all I can say, man. Be careful. Right now, you should be buying gold and silver while it's cheap right now because it ain't going to be there much longer. Gold rose on Monday as fears about the solvency of China's property group Evergrande sparked a flight to safe haven assets, but gains were capped by strength in the dollar ahead of the U.S. Federal Reserve's policy meeting. What strength in the dollar? They're lying. How is the dollar getting strong? So much for the gold-backed digital yuan, unless it's this all part of one big scheme. Spot gold rose 0.5%, and gold futures settled at almost a full percent higher. Investors are rushing to safety of bonds. Why bonds? There's a bond bubble too, as fear grows of a default by Evergrande, driving a drop in yield that is helping gold. Yep. And that's why you're seeing the reserve meet today. They got to figure out how to help China. I don't understand why. Oh, yes, I do. Because all these rich a-holes are so heavily invested into China, they're about to lose their butts off. And that includes a lot of our politicians who've been encouraging people to invest in China. What about their own damn country, man? Why are these people still in office? Why do we allow them to do what they do? People are reacting to what's happening in China, but the week's Fed meeting is also important. Plus, we got the United Nations happening right now. Anything suggesting a fairly early tapering would be out of consensus. That would mean a pretty significant correction in the gold price. Would it? Gold is considered a hedge against inflation and currency debasement, likely resulting from the widespread stimulus. World shares were lower as investors fretted about the spillover risk on the global economy. So what are they trying to tell us? That the people are running out of gold and silver? Is that what they're trying to? Oh my God, the market's about to crash. Let's leave gold and silver and go into bonds. No, I don't think so. Silver and gold right now are still. Will it still go down? I don't doubt that they're going to try to manipulate the prices lower, really, to try to convince us that, hey, there's nothing wrong right now. Everything is fine. Look, gold and silver prices are down. That's their way of trying to convince us by lying and manipulating the markets. Why gold and silver stocks got butchered on Thursday? That was last week. So let's see what they have to say. Because precious metals, particularly gold, are considered a safe haven asset against the economic uncertainties, their prices are particularly vulnerable to economic data. On Thursday, the Commerce Department reported a surprising a little over a 0.5% growth in retail sales in August versus expectation of a decline. Says who? I don't trust anything the government tells us, man. Signaling strong consumer sentiment despite rising Delta variant. Yeah, okay. No, people aren't spending their money. They're saving it. That's why we're having other issues. They don't trust what's going on out there. Keep people in lockdown and try to convince us that the economy is okay. Yeah, okay. And that the U.S. dollar is strong. Sure it is. With the Philadelphia Federal Reserve also reporting strong manufacturing activity and optimism amongst firms surveyed about the coming 6 months, the market believes the Federal Reserve could increase interest rates sooner than expected. Go ahead. I dare you to. That boosted the U.S. dollar today and sent gold and silver prices crashing. What is crashing? A crash is something, what is it, 20% or more? There was no crash. It just went down some. Good Lord, don't get it all carried away. But I like how they use the wording to scare people away from gold and silver. You got to give them credit. The gold spot price cracked more than 2%. Whoa, boy, man, that's a crash. Seriously. Silver, 4.5? There's no crash. They're going to try to steer you away from gold and silver. Because if everybody gets panicky and they start running to gold and silver and getting away from all these other risky assets, selling off their treasuries, selling off bonds, selling off other assets like stocks and bonds, they're going to cause markets to crash everywhere. They're going to do their damnedest to try to convince us that, hey, everything is okay. If you want to convince us, then open up and stop with this nonsense about the RONA, man. Seriously. Let everybody go back to work. That'll be a true rebound. But that would be, I don't know, a crack in your agenda. Seriously. The Great Reset agenda. Because it's going to take them years to recover. Investing in precious metals isn't for the faint of heart, given how volatile metal prices can be. Are you freaking kidding me? So, look, since September the 1st, it's pretty volatile. I'm just kidding. Come on, man. 50, is that right? $58. We lost $58 since the beginning of the month. Maybe they were talking about a more longer term. Yeah, if you want to go all the way back over here when it was almost 2,000, but even so, that's over a year period. Does that look like volatility? And yes, you can see it going up and down here pretty good. But come on, people. These swings are not like you see in cryptocurrencies, where they're losing 25, 30, 40% one day and gaining 50 the next day, losing another 60% the following day. I mean, that's volatility. This isn't volatility. It has been playing around the same ballpark area, somewhere around the $1,800 mark. It's been there for quite some time. So for them to try to claim that there's some volatility in precious metals, they're full of it. They're just trying to scare speculators and amateurs who don't know what's going on. There's no volatility into it whatsoever. If anything, right now is the time to buy. These people might end up dumping a lot of actual physical gold and silver on the market. But pay attention to see if they actually do that, or are they dumping paper? If they dump paper, obviously it's going to saturate the market and cause what? Gold and silver prices to drop. Don't fall for that trick. Buy on the dip. That's all I could say. So this is a real disaster over there with Everclear or Evergrande, because it's going to cause markets in a lot of different places to go down. It's not just Evergrande. There's other companies over there running into issues. This would just be the straw that broke the camel's back. This company defaulting, crashing, whatever you want to call it, You got to remember, a lot of our pension funds here in the United States are invested into this company. So let's see what the feds say during or after their meeting. Let's hear what they say after the meeting. Are they going to do something to try to help China? Are they going to do something to try to help Evergrande? Because there's a lot of civil unrest. Right now would be the time for us to sit back and, if anything, fuel the civil unrest over there, in my opinion. So this way, then, we can see them, get rid of the CCP, get rid of the Communist Party. But again, like I said, since our own government is trying to push us in that direction, I can't see them doing anything like that. And since Joe Biden is controlled by them and he's their puppet, it's going to be really hard to get him to do anything that favors the United States. That's for dang sure. Although, I saw something the other day that was very interesting that you guys might be interested in. Oh, check this out. This is lovely. This just came out the other day. So, if anybody's going to fuel some civil unrest over there, it'll definitely be this guy. And how much longer has he got to live? He looks like death worn over. Look at his face. You guys ever seen Star Wars? You know what I'm talking about? Here we go. Let's listen to what they have to say. What they're trying to say about George Soros.
China has officially declared billionaire investor George Soros a global terrorist, labeling him the son of Satan. That comes from a major Chinese Communist Party mouthpiece, the Global Times. The article is titled, "This Global Economic Terrorist is Staring at China." It accuses the Human Rights Watch, funded by Soros's Open Society Foundations, of intentionally spreading rumors about China. The Global Times commentary also claims that Soros has been funding Hong Kong's Jimmy Lai since 2019. He's the jailed owner of news outlet Apple Daily. Apple Daily closed its business in 2021 due to Beijing's clampdown. It was one of the best-selling pro-democracy newspapers in Hong Kong. The article says Soros conspired with Lai, trying to start an anti-communist movement in Hong Kong. Soros recently wrote a commentary in the Wall Street Journal speaking about BlackRock, a New York-based investment management corporation. He said its $1 billion investment in China was a tragic mistake.
What? Are they eating their own? We got George Soros trying to turn us into a communist country and trying to turn China into a democracy. What the hell is going on? I think it was, what's his name? The gentleman from Rich Dad Poor Dad. He had it best. He said, this isn't a new world order. He said, this is a new world disorder. So let's keep an eye on what's going on. I am curious to see what's going to happen. I was listening to a bunch of people like Ray Dalio, crying about his money. He's got a lot of money tied into China. He's wanting help over there. He's encouraging investors to help bail out Evergrande. Those people have been ripping our technology off. We got this pandemic because of them and freaking Fauci. So why should we bail them out? Let them collapse. And I know that people are going, well, it'll cause ours to collapse too. So what? Invest in gold and silver and you won't have to worry about it. Okay, seriously. I don't want to bail them out. If they had their way, they would let us collapse with no problem. There's no doubt about it. So why are we bailing them out? Only because all the rich and the billionaires and the hedge funds and our politicians are invested in China. Shows you how little they care about their own people and care more about their own pockets. That's really super sad. Anyways, that's pretty much what's going on. There's a lot of liquidating happening over there. There's a lot of sell-off of assets because people are panicking in China and it's affecting the markets everywhere. And so if the Communist Party can't bail out Evergrande, you're going to see a lot of these companies who are going to start panicking and they need liquidity, start selling off their assets, which include gold and silver. Well, will that saturate the market? Sure will. Will it cause the prices to go down? Most likely, yes. Why are you complaining? Buy it cheap because it isn't going to stay there very long. How much longer till another country picks it up on a discount? That's what they do to us. We should do the same. Remember, buy on the dip. Don't watch the spot market, man. Just keep buying it. Take it out of their hands and put it into your family's hand. Right now, we could be looking, like we said so many times before, at the largest wealth transformation ever in our lifetimes, ever in history. For those of you who are atheists, you don't think God exists, you are so wrong. God don't like ugly. This is what's happening. He is correcting all of the wrongs right now. And this affects all the people, the boogie people that we talk about. All right. So, anyways, you guys, that's what's going on. I thought I would share this with you because I've been hearing stuff about it all night and paying attention to it. There's a lot of interesting videos out there on Evergrande. People talking about, hey, if this collapses, this is what's going to happen. But there, again, I heard a news report in which they were selling off a lot of assets, U.S. Treasury bonds, assets. They own property over here, selling the property, gold, silver. Yeah, give us back our stuff. Seriously. So anyways, that's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.